All right, here we have the shop owner, Zero, and then Michaela. Everyone knows Michaela. And first question that I want to have for you is, I'm really interested in your real name. So is Zero your real name, or
that is my real name? Yes.
That's a very odd name.
My parents were very weird, hence I'm a bit strange, and now we have this wonderful shop.
That makes sense. What was the meaning behind Zero?
I use it as a stage name, basically, which I've done for the last sort of 25 years. When I was growing up being a musician, I always wanted to be Slash. Oh, he's cool, man, he's got Slash, you know. And I thought, right, I've got to have a decent name to go with it, so I've been known as Zero for a very, very long time.
So don't take this the wrong way, but have you always been weird?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was that weird kid at school.
The black sheep.
Yeah, the black sheep of the family, and just a bit odd. I was always into things that were a little bit different from everybody else.
Well, actually, you know how the shop is called That Weird Shop? So is there any meaning behind that, or did you just come up one day and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna name my shop That Weird Shop?
It has a nice ring to it. That Weird Shop.
Yeah, it's been a concept of mine since I was about 12 years old, to be honest with you. When I was younger, my mother used to go into the town centre back in Plymouth, where I'm from. She used to say, would you like me to bring you anything back? And I'd say, yeah, can you go in the hippie shop and buy me some incense? And she used to hate going in there because she used to hate the smell. She would say, oh, I've been in that hippie shop, I've been in the punk stall to get you this and that. And these sort of things sort of stick with you. And I thought, I've always loved the word weird. And I thought, weird shop. Wouldn't it be good to have a weird shop one day? And it's just evolved from that. So I kept it a secret for X amount of years. So you
didn't tell anyone?
I didn't tell anyone. So now we've got That Weird Shop. It's that weird shop that sells everything.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything.
Is this the only shop you have? Or?
This is at the moment, yeah. I did have another 2 stores, but with the COVID thing, it really sort of killed it. And it was, quite a bad time for retail.
More cities could use weird things.
Oh, totally. I've
you have a franchise, you can have That Strange Shop, That Bizarre Shop, That Weird Shop.
Have them all together.
You know what you should do for your shop, though? I think you should start charging people when they come in. It's like more like a museum.
You know what? I've had a lot of people say that, and the thing for me is that this has all evolved from just one idea. I never expected to have all of this that you've seen on the film in the basement. Charging people is one of the things I don't really want to do. Who charges to get into a shop? But I do get your point. However, I am more than happy to take donations towards the upkeep of the store.
True.
So when you come into the shop, if you want to leave us like a tip or something for having a look around, then I'm more than happy to take that, because electrics are very expensive nowadays.
Yes.
So you didn't start with that many items?
No, not at all. Primarily it was going to be just a music store and a hi-fi shop. And then
become this. You've come a long way.
Well, there was a couple of other shops in Nottingham that sold alternative things. Being an alternative person, an alternative musician, I thought, why can't we just do something where everybody can be involved? So if you're alternative or transgender or whatever, it'll be a safe place for everyone to congregate. Because there's still that stigma in certain shops where you walk around, and if you are a certain way, you'll get looked at, pointed at, bullied for whatever it is. And I wanted to sort of... Because you're different, yeah. And I wanted to detract from that and have a place where everybody who is different can come to and be safe and have a shopping experience as well.
Yeah. Because it's a real experience when you walk in. I could stay here a whole day and I couldn't get enough of the story behind every single item here.
There's plenty to see, isn't there?
A lot to see.
I don't think I can stay here all day mentally, though.
I quite like the vibe here.
Sometimes when has there any customer actually came in and they'll tell you like they feel a little bit lightheaded and stuff?
Yes.
I honestly do feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't feel
Not today.
I feel great.
You feel great. Oh, awesome.
We're friends.
It's different. Different people are sensitive to different things, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've had quite a few people that come in that have come down here and experienced Patricia that we had on film yesterday, they felt very, very ill, felt very sick, had to get out of the place. And there's also a few people that have experienced the ghost that lives upstairs. who walks down the stairs from the second floor into the first one.
Oh,
You know, we're still trying to get some information, try and find out who that is. It's a bloke, a guy, apparently looks around sort of my age, so 21. Yeah, so I want to really know what these people are seeing, because I haven't seen it.
So how do you get your items? Because I can't imagine you buying all of this.
I tend to look out for certain things, anything that I think is a little bit odd and strange. Like I got an alligator head over there, a very small one that I found. It's you did not see it yesterday?
No.
Yeah, very sharp teeth on it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I found that on an internet site, and I wanted to buy it just to have it as a display piece. But now, one of the concepts of the shop is that people can bring things in and sell them to me, or swap them, trade them.
Okay.
So it's a new concept for sort of shopping around in Nottingham, because you know, you go to a shop, you buy something, there we go, I've done with it, and then throw it away when you're done with it. Well, I like to encourage the recycling side, so bring things to me. If I can't make use of them, then they get taken to charity or given to, like, you know, we sell them to put for charity, make money for that sort of thing. But many of the strange things that I've got in here, people have brought in, including the human skull, believe it or not.
Why do people just bring you a skull? That doesn't make sense to me.
I've got a very good friend who travels around the country at antique dealers and things like that.
You just had an extra one lying around.
Just happen to have one, yeah.
So at the bottom drawer.
Yeah, I know, right? But things like the haunted dolls actually got gifted to me.
You have very weird friends.
I do, yeah. I have some very good friends. But yeah, I buy things off people, and you never know what's going to walk through the door. So I'm pretty much one of the only places where you can come in and say, well, I've got this guitar, I don't use it anymore, but I really want that skeleton over there or something, so we'll do a trade. And then people will save money, I get replacement stock, and it just makes it a little bit easier for everyone, because we're all skint nowadays, especially after the COVID crisis and things like that. So
so a lot of items here will probably be like a one-off item then,
yes,
right?
pretty much.
See any replicas?
Yeah.
I like to specialise in just strange one-off things, because where else are you going to find them except that weird shop?
Makes it valuable. Yeah.
Has anyone ever come in, like, I don't know, with like some weird looking stuff and then telling you the whole story behind it and it's actually fake? Like, can you ever find that out?
Not as yet. I dare say that something will happen. There was an interesting thing that I got a review for, which you can review us on Google. And so this guy, it was a German guy. I came into my yeah, sort of like Germans. I love the German people. They're so clean and a bit strange. Anyway, so this guy came into my previous shop and bought a watch, a pocket watch.
Okay.
And thought nothing of it. Next thing I know, I've got a review on Google Reviews saying I came into this shop and bought this pocket watch. After looking at it, I found it had 13 numbers on it. So he's written a review saying something like, it's very much useless, right? I don't want to come back to the shop again because it was, you know, I've got something that's really not good. So I sent him a message back saying, sorry about that. Please send me the watch back. I'll give you a refund on it. It's got 13 numbers on it. That sounds quite interesting to me.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You know, I'm sure I would have noticed it. And then he edited his review, right, 2 weeks later. I have tried to throw this watch away 3 times. It keeps coming back onto my mantelpiece. So I really want the watch back now, because it's some sort of haunted, like, boomerang kind of watch thing. And I've not been able to get hold of the guy, but yeah, very, very strange.
Right there.
I know, right?
The clocker keeps reappearing.
Yeah, he said he's thrown it in the trash like
The 13th hour.
so many times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So you never got it back then?
no. I hope he comes back and visits again. And yeah, I'd love to find another one.
That's scary.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Numbers on it.
Yeah.
Did you always believe in ghosts though?
No, I didn't. No,
Oh.
I've always been interested, but it was only when I actually had an argument with one.
You had an argument with the ghost?
I had an argument with.
I wouldn't want to do
I
that.
had an argument with a ghost. Yeah, I never thought I'd ever hear myself say that, but That was a really weird time. Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah.
Did you win the argument though?
No.
Was it like yelling, or was it a debate? Was it civilized?
It was. You just kind of knew that this entity was there. I went to do a bit of filming. There is a TV show over here called Most Haunted, which used to watch that on the television, and I got invited to be involved in, basically being on the show, because I was a bit sceptical of these things.
Yeah.
And they said there's this ghost over here, we can see him, and I said, I don't really believe it. Show yourself, do something, let me know you're there.
And it went wrong from there.
And it kind of went a bit strange. It started.
You pissed it off.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. They started throwing rocks at me, and I said, "Is that all you got?" And then,
wasn't enough.
No.
Hit me.
And then the next thing I know, it was right in my face.
Oh.
And I said, "Wow, God, I don't believe you."
Like,
I could feel it, and I could hear like a growling, like a really low rumble sort of thing, and a little laugh, like a. And I thought, okay, fair enough. But then this thing that we found out was actually called Tobias. It was an old landlord of a pub that's in Nottingham that reportedly killed a load of prostitutes, ladies of the night, and things like that.
Copycat.
Yeah, a similar sort of thing.
say that, he'll come for you.
Sorry, my bad. I mean, a very original killer, yes.
Yeah, it was a strange experience where it actually followed me home and kept making some noises in my bedroom for 2 weeks until I went back to the venue, and then I apologised and said, well, okay, I believe now. But that was a very strange few weeks.
What would you say to people who are afraid of this kind of thing?
If you remember like a video cassette, now if you put a video cassette in and you tape on it, you've got one layer of video. Now if you use the same video cassette and you record over the top of it, that becomes 2 layers. So I think that time is much like that. So you've got layers of the past and time is filming over the top of it, so therefore people get stuck, or the ghosts or entities or whatever get stuck in that place, and it's just churning and churning and churning. So when we go down on a different timeline, then that's on top of what's already there. So we're basically getting into their space, if that makes any sort of sense.
Trying to wrap my head around that.
Complex.
Yes.
So is that how deja vu happens then?
I think so.
Because it's over a layer and layer, so you're kind of repeating the same.
Yeah. But believe me, I'm not an expert in the paranormal.
Okay.
I'm just going from the experiences that I've had. And I like to study certain things. And no, I do look at ghost stories and things and see what's behind them. And
They're not all bad, I don't think, because there could be some friendly ones. As long as you don't.
Eyes looking at you, no big deal.
As long as you're not bothering them.
oh, sure. I mean, if you take it from the other view, if you were a ghost and somebody came into your space and you hadn't talked to anybody for a number of years, you're going to want to say hi.
True.
That's what I think. So if ghosts are throwing things at you, they're going, oh, hello, look, I'm over here. So
That's the way of saying hello.
that's what I think.
So a bit more personal question. Are you single, or are you married, or dating?
Not single. Yes, single. Sorry, not married. Not married. No rings on these fingers. Okay. No, to be honest, I don't get a lot of time for dating with running the shop full time. However, I'm available. So.
But do you think so now you're single, but do you think, so in the future, for example, when you have a girlfriend, do you think your way of looking at these things will affect the relationship somehow, or?
That's a really big question, isn't it?
Hopefully he'll find a woman as weird
Same
as
page.
if not weirder.
Yes, that would be very, very good. Yes.
What about in the past then?
One of my ex-girlfriends was a piercing model, of all things. She had 327 piercings all throughout her body. So she was like one of the strangest people to look at, and then tattooed as well with it.
Why did she get for the airport?
Yes, we never went on holiday, shall we say? Meeting people is very, very difficult when you work quite a lot, and of course you don't want to take your work home with you.
True.
Realistically, so
They might follow you home though.
well, Well, the ghosts don't, but I don't mind if the ladies follow me. That could be something different.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, I think there's one more last question that we would love to know. That would be, what happened to your tooth?
Yeah, is that a special story behind that?
Yeah.
Special, right? Yes, there is.
Ghost was involved.
No ghosts. No ghosts in this one. I used to be a BMX rider.
Wow.
Back in the 80s, and
BMX.
BMX bikes. And Nottingham is very famous for BMX bikes with the Raleigh factory that was here. This was before I played guitar. I always wanted to be a pro BMXer, and I was terrible. I was the worst ever, and I was trying to do this trick going up this ramp, and I can do a backflip because I've seen someone else do it.
Okay.
And I basically went up and just dumped straight on my head, broke my tooth out. There we go. That was that. Got it repaired, wouldn't stay in. Got it repaired again. It got less and less and less with the root. And then there is... oh, you reminded me now. Going back to why I'm single.
Okay.
Because I went out one night with a girl I was dating, and she was a dental hygienist.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the true story. And she was the loveliest person I ever met in my life until she had a drink. She said one night, I've got the keys to the dental place. Do you fancy coming in? You know, in the dental place. So I'm thinking, oh, this will be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Go and have fun in the old dentist chair, going up and down and all that malarkey. And it really didn't work out that way. Unfortunately, she decided that she didn't like what was left of my tooth and decided to get the drill out. And no anaesthetic or anything, just basically held me down and drilled it out. So that's where it's gone. And that's a true story.
There was something there.
Yeah, there was a little root.
Because of that woman.
But it's gone now because of that woman. And
Just taking it out.
Yeah.
And she was drunk.
She was, yes.
Were you pretty drunk though?
I'm glad I had a few.
That would have been painful though.
Yeah, it was painful. Yeah, it was painful. One of the most.
End things. You're like, you know what?
Very, very soon afterwards, shall we say? Yes. Yeah, I've not had. Yeah, dating. It's,
I think it adds character.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's I did try and get it repaired, and there is a thing I can get to clip in, but however, to change the way that I speak, and I had to relearn to speak and sing when the tooth came out as well. Because it does, with the airflow and things like that, it does create, your mouth will make different shapes. And so I've decided not to put it back in due to the fact that I don't want to have to relearn to speak again and sing again. Because
you got used to it.
Yeah, because I got used to it over quite a few years.
But the thing is, if you ever need one, I have an extra one.
Oh, wow!
The second I can pull that out.
Double right, you're like a shark, man.
If you had it, just give me a call.
I think, you never know, I might do that.
Well, I think that's all the questions we have for you today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Yes.
And if you want to know more, come down to That Weird Shop and come and have a word.
I think they're on Instagram too.
Instagram,
and a website, right?
Facebook, www.thatweirdshop.co.uk.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. She doesn't have an arm.
Yeah, I think she's ready for bed though.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, she's looking very
Her
sleepy.
leg was like that whole time.
Sorry.